Hello everyone. You all know my name, Nathan Ashlock. For the camera. Now, today I'm here to discuss a rare natural disaster, but one that is extremely dangerous: tsunamis. Now, tsunamis are extremely dangerous. They're less frequent. They may be overlooked because they are less frequent. They don't happen as often, but they're extremely dangerous. And when I had first heard of tsunamis, I was like, well, what's the big deal, right? They're big waves. All waves ever did was soak them, right? They got wave pools at parks, what's the big deal? But today I want to go through some of the biggest tsunamis and compare them to one of the most known hurricanes. Now the first one, I have to do that. Okay. Oh yes, I forgot to define tsunami. A tsunami is a giant storm that consists of relentless waves from the ocean that crash on the land. They can be caused by any number of things. They can be caused by earthquakes, underwater volcanic eruptions, and even meteorite strikes. According to Australian Geographic, the most known cause for tsunami is underwater earthquakes. Now, when this happens, during the earthquake, the two tectonic plates they displace from each other. So all the water comes and fills in this empty gap between the two tectonic plates. So when the earthquake is finished, they come back together, and all this water that was right here is displaced. It's got nowhere to go but up. So it comes out of the water with the force of the earth. It's the earthquake, and it crashes. And if it's anywhere near land, then it will crash onto the surrounding cities that are next to it. So one of the biggest tsunamis that has ever hit is in Indonesia, 2004. According to Australian Geographic again, it was caused by a small earthquake. When people weren't urged to evacuate during the earthquake, it was pretty small. But the tsunami waves reached 50 meters high. It went 5 kilometers inland and killed 230,000 people in the process. It also caused buildings 3 stories tall to collapse on themselves. All of this, it caused $10 billion of damage. So it's very destructive. There were a lot of, obviously 230,000 people were killed. Now in comparison, Hurricane Katrina, New Orleans, 2005, affected all of New Orleans and surrounding cities. Winds topped out at 175 miles per hour at the top speed. It killed 1,500 people during an 11-day period. It caused about $180 billion of damage, according to Wikipedia. You could be thinking of this and you could be looking at this and going, all right, well, Hurricane Katrina did about 10 times the damage and lasted 11 days and affected a much bigger area. It affected New Orleans and all the surrounding cities. The realest side, to me at least, is how long it took. Now you can see here, Hurricane Katrina lasted 11 days. The tsunami in Indonesia lasted 30 minutes. It took about 30 minutes for it to kill 230,000 people, for it to do all the damage, cause buildings 3 stories tall to collapse on themselves. It just took 30 minutes. That's all. Now, the other tsunami that I want to compare to this hurricane is the one in Japan, 2014. It was also, according to National Geographic, caused by a small earthquake. This one killed 18,000 people. It affected an area of 25 kilometers, so about 5 times the size of the tsunami in Indonesia. It did about $235 billion of damage. Now, looking at this and the Hurricane Katrina, it killed 12 times the amount of people in 2% the amount of time. It lasted a few hours. 18,000 people, $235 billion of damage in a few hours. Now, looking at all these, I want to go over just a couple of steps that we can take to, protect ourselves from tsunamis, because they can happen. They are very, I said they are rare, but they can happen at any moment. So looked at a couple ways to protect ourselves from tsunamis. According to DoSomething.org, you need to be at least 30 meters above sea level. So the average tsunami wave is about 30 meters. So anywhere above 30 meters is going to be probably going to be safe. So the 5th floor is about 50 meters. So that's generally where you need to be safe. Another source of protection is the forest. Forests, the trees will provide protection if you end up being in a forest when a tsunami strikes. Of course, you need to stay protected during the earthquake. Like I said, underwater earthquakes are the biggest cause of tsunamis and earthquakes that affect us. So that is the most important. Of course, you need to listen to authorities. Don't go into surrounding areas. Don't go into the affected areas unless told by the authorities that it's clear to be it's safe. Also, do not go near a river. Tsunamis can travel up rivers up to several kilometers inland. So if you end up being near a river, the tsunami can just go right from the ocean straight into the river. So it's always good to be away from a river. So in conclusion, I think that we need to stay aware of tsunamis. I think that's really just what I wanted to get across here. Tsunamis are dangerous. They are a force to be reckoned with, and they can strike at any moment, and we may not be ready. So, thank you.